Hey guys, a little bit about me. I'm Sarabjit and I'm a software engineer and I have around 15 years experience working in C++. So during my experience, I realized that a lot of the developers that I meet think that C++ is very mysterious language. It is a little complicated in that sense, and then it's hard to understand. But but I want to just assure you that it's a beautiful language. In fact, this is the language I prefer the most, even though we have other languages like Python, which is like easier to use. All the data scientists prefer that language because of its nature that it can process data really fast. But I still will end up using C++ in lots of the areas like doing some very high-end computation or doing fast processing in the backend. So even though is, if Python is fast, in the backend it's still using C or C++ modules. Um, so I just want to start this web series where I would like to share my knowledge of the language as well as cover the aspects of the language that are not well explained either on the web or in the tutorials. Um, here's how I'm gonna start. So the motivation to this web series is that for its in giving that we receive. It's a beautiful quote by Saint Francis of Assisi. The idea is that I want to give whatever knowledge I have. Uh, so the idea is that the more knowledge you share, more knowledge you get. So I truly believe in that. So that's why I'm starting this series so that I can share the whatever knowledge I have. As far as the milestone goes, we're gonna start with the basic introduction of programming languages. So I'm not gonna like talk about just C++ in this. I'm gonna start about what the programming languages are, how they came into existence, what was the need of the programming languages. Then we're gonna switch gears to basics of C++. We're gonna talk about how to install a compiler, how to write simple hello world programs, what are the variables, how the loops are constructed in the language, what are the functions, classes, and finally diving a little bit deeper into the object-oriented programming. And we're also gonna talk about data structures like trees, queue, map, list, priority queue, and stack. These are very beneficial if any of you is preparing for interviews or want to land a job in one of these FANG companies. So it's going to be very helpful in from that point. After that, once we have a basic understanding of how to create simple classes and simple programs, we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into the multi-threaded programming. Uh, it is little complicated, but at the same time, if you understand the basics and you have a solid foundation, it's going to be easier. So we will go through what the mutexes are, what semaphores are, what deadlocks are, and how you kind of create producer consumers without getting into deadlocks. And after that, we're gonna have a introduction to Boost programming, Boost library. It's a very well written library, and I personally am a fan of that library. I use it everywhere. So we're gonna talk about Boost. What all does it provide? We won't be able to like cover all aspects of Boost language because it's huge. But we're gonna cover the most important aspects of it, like network programming, the asynchronous I/O, and finally, because I have a lot of experience in multimedia, I'm going to talk how multimedia programming is done and what all libraries we can use and what are the various challenges you face in multimedia programming. So this is the very first of many videos that I'm going to make. So I just wanted to talk about the milestones. After that, I'm just going to create videos for each topic that I mentioned here, and then we're going to go from there. And if you have any comments or you want me to cover anything specifically, just put in the comment. I'll be checking those comments regularly. Thank you so much.